That is completely nothing like what I'm looking at here. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kelly again, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to compare a Kinder Surprise egg to a Kinder Joy. But first, for some context, if you didn't know, Kinder Surprise eggs are illegal in the US. Back in 1938, the US government passed a law called the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, which basically states that you can't take a non-food item and completely enclose it within a food item, and it was just for safety and risk precautions. But that's exactly what a Kinder Surprise egg is. And when I lived in Germany, there were Kinder Surprise eggs being sold everywhere because they're completely legal. So of course I was extremely curious what was a Kinder Surprise egg because I had never seen one before. And here's some footage of me opening up a Kinder Surprise egg. So if you look at the back on the label, it has this little warning graphic, and it basically says that it's not for kids 0 to 3 years old. So like I said, I've never had one of these. They're banned and illegal in the US, so there are a lot of Americans that have never seen one of these, and I'm extremely curious to see what all the fuss is about. Alright, so as predicted, just a chocolate egg shell, and it's hollow. So I'm just gonna squeeze it. I don't know the right way to open it. So there we go. It cracked open pretty easily into 2 parts. And it has this capsule in it, right? And you can open up the capsule. Aww, it's a little hippo. 2 pieces of paper come out. One is like a huge elaborate warning label in several different languages, and this one shows how to put the toy together. It looks like you just put the little ballerina hippo into the slot there, and she spins. Aww. So that's it, guys. That is what's inside of a Kinder Surprise. Now in the US, we just recently started being able to buy Kinder Joys, which is a version of the Kinder Surprise egg, and I finally went out and got one. I've never had one before, so I'm really excited to see what it's all about and compare it to the Kinder Surprise egg. As you can see, it's also egg-shaped, but it's wrapped very differently. The Kinder Surprise had like a foil wrapper, and this is like plastic bubble, and it has these 2 tabs that you're able to open it up with. And it says it's a sweet cream topped with cocoa wafer bites. So there was no wafer in the Kinder Surprise egg, so that tells me that the entire candy is different, not just the way that it's constructed. It also has like a choking hazard written here, but like I said, it is completely legal for us to have these in the US, so it must have a toy but not be like completely enclosed within the candy like you saw with the Kinder Surprise egg. It also says surprise toy inside, and it has nothing else mentionable about the wrapper, so let's just open it up. I'm gonna pull on the 2 tabs here. It's a little bit more difficult than I wanted it to be. Oh goodness, okay. So the egg broke in half, and they're both covered with foil. Let's open this side first. Oh, so this must be the candy side, and it is completely different. I guess I was just expecting it to be like the Kinder Surprise egg, but just like split in half, so that each half had half of the shell, and then the toy was just in one half of it. But that is completely nothing like what I'm looking at here. It looks like it has like a cream chocolate like I often see with Kinder products. And then this is that wafer bite that it was talking about on the wrapper. I don't even know really how to eat this. It's like, well, for one, it's a little soft, probably because I've been holding it. It's delicious, but it's really messy to eat this. But I don't know how I'm supposed to get this like chocolate out because it is completely like stuck against the shell and it's not just popping out like I really thought it would have. And every way that I can think of eating this would be incredibly messy. So I'm just gonna dip my finger in there and try some of the cream here. Okay, so now for the more exciting half, I guess. I mean, it depends on what you're buying a Kinder Joy for, if it's for the candy or the toy. Apparently for me, it's the toy. It has this weird thing on here. I don't know what this is all about, but I'm gonna save it in case I need it. You know, it's probably to eat this with. It's like a spoon. It's clearly a utensil to eat this with. Wow. I swear I am not that dumb. It didn't change the taste from when I just tried it, but I feel a lot better about myself not using my fingers to eat it, so it almost makes it better. So back to the toy. All right, it's in a bunch of little pieces and there's absolutely no candy on this part of this half of the egg. And it's got a little, I want to call it a brochure, but I think that's kind of an exaggeration, but it has a little piece of paper explaining how to put the toy together, just like it had with the Kinder Surprise eggs. So I've got 5 pieces and it looks like it's supposed to make a little dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and build this right now. All right. Got my little dude here. This is what the toy looks like. They're calling it a robot. I mean, it really looks like it reminds me of our Transformers, but that's probably a copyrighted toy, so it's just a robot. And that's about it, guys. It wasn't nearly as exciting for me as it was when I was opening up that Kinder Surprise, but honestly, like, this is, I feel like, a pretty good substitute for the Kinder Surprise egg. If we're not legally allowed to have them in the US, you're still getting a little bit of a treat and you're getting it with a toy. And the cool thing is that the kid buying it or getting it doesn't know what toy he's getting until he opens it up. And I'm sure there's all different types of toys in these, just like the Kinder Surprise eggs. But I am curious if these are like collectibles, because a lot of people were writing to me saying that the toys within the Kinder Surprise eggs are collectibles that you can actually like potentially be able to sell for a good amount of money. So if anybody knows if these are worth anything, I'm pretty curious. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up because that really helps me out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click subscribe. I'll be posting new content at least once a week. And thank you so much to all of my patrons. You guys are awesome for the support you've given me. If you're interested in my Patreon campaign, check out the link. I'll put it in the description below. You get access to exclusive content, which is pretty cool, and you get to learn a lot more about me. So check it out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!